Breaking news, not really. JP received top grossing yesterday for part 2. They received 50 dragon stones, a bunch of orbs for the 3 types, and some 10th anniversary coins, some kais, and some box space. Let's go. So obviously global players are wondering, when will we get our top grossing? So today I'm going to tell you, yes, we will be getting our top grossing. It'll probably be in the next couple of days. Since top grossing was achieved yesterday, it usually takes about 2 to 3 days. So short answer is Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So that being said, let's go ahead and go through the usual. Whenever it comes to top grossing, I always like to recommend Proton's little write-up here. Very useful read. If I can just get at least one of you guys to read this and learn how top grossing works, you can help me in the ever-expanding front of trying to explain to others how top grossing works. When it comes to global versus JP, no matter how in sync we may be, it will never happen where global and JP get top grossing at the same time. This is because of what we call the planet Earth. And it's because JP covers one small speck on that planet Earth and global covers everything else. So it takes a few extra days for global to get all the numbers tabulated in. TLDR, in order for global Dokkan to reach top grossing in a certain store, it needs to get top grossing overall in the overall app for one particular day in that store. So by the end of the tabulation period, if a region, let's just say the US, right? We're leading number 1 for 23 hours and 59 minutes, but TikTok is breathing down our neck at number 2. But at the last minute, TikTok overtakes Dokkan and becomes number 1, and then the day is over. Well, we lose top grossing. Whereas for JP, in order for Dokkan to reach top grossing, they have to be at number 1 at any point during the day. So that is why it is very easy and it is very fast that JP receives top grossing. And it's a good thing that JP does the top grossing in this way, because if they have to maintain number 1 by the end of the tabulation period, you got all of these emerging gachas, like all these waifu collector games, there's now Pokemon, all these different things that could very easily ruin that. So it's a good thing that JP's system is built this way, because it gives a lot more wiggle room for success. So that is why JP's top grossing is so fast. And then TLDR, when it comes to how long it takes, when the top grossing is announced, it's usually 2 to 3 days after the results show in Sensor Tower or any of the database websites. So for example, Transforming Cooler 4 or 5 years ago, March 2nd was when the top grossing actually was achieved. 2 days later, top grossing. If we look at the 5-year anniversary, part 1, part 2s, July 9th for iOS, July 11th. July 11th was the top grossing announcement compared to the iOS 2 days prior. For part 2, it ended up taking 6 days. So this is a crazy outlier. So this is always a possibility. But for the part 2, it took 6 days on Android. Oh wait, it's Android. That explains it. Where's the iOS? Oh, here it is. iOS July 27th, 2020. Oh wait, I see. So this is actually for part 1, but it just took longer. I see. Okay. So that took 6 days on Android. It took 3 days for iOS though, from the 27th to the 30th back in 2020 for the 5-year anniversary part 2 LR's top grossing to kick in. So with all that said, let's take a look at the results over here on Sensor Tower. So we're looking at the first day before the stone sales come in. So this is what the landscape looked like. No region was even close, right? Actually, France was still doing pretty well in the games and action space after the part 1 had worn off. So this is the previous day. And so now if we move things over to this, everything changes. Everything is now on an upward trajectory. So now if we look overall, we've got France, we've got Italia, we've got Hong Kong, we've got Macau. We got 4 of the big guys hitting number 1 in all categories. Not games in action, not games and puzzle, overall. So with these 4 regions getting number 1, that effectively means we are going to be receiving top grossing on global for the same amount as JP. This was a new policy change back during the worldwide 2024 celebration. So after we hit top grossing in part 1, they said down here, along with the unification of operation schedules, the criteria for distributing first place rewards has been adjusted starting this time. After the adjustment, 50 Dragon Stones will be distributed when the international version achieves first place in 3 or more regions. The regions where first place is achieved will be counted separately for the international version and the Japanese version. The regions where first place is achieved will be counted separately for Google Play and the App Store. So before this, it used to be every region gave you 7 stones, because back in the day, I mean, it's been 10 freaking years, but the first 7 to 8 years of Dokkan's lifespan, we were consistently topping the charts. And so with a lot of different regions hitting number 1, we would generally average, like, the earlier back you went, it was like 5, 6, 7 regions. So, you know, that times 7 was a pretty reasonable amount, I guess. So that's why we were getting, you know, the crazy numbers that we were getting. But since then, obviously more apps emerge in the space. There's, you know, obviously competing gacha games and all that stuff. The game is aging naturally. So over time, it's going to be harder and harder to achieve that similar feat. And sometimes they don't even hit top grossing in overall ranking. They will sometimes fudge the numbers and move back to loosen the parameters a little bit and get, you know, top grossing in games. I don't think they've ever gone as far as games in action and games in puzzle. That might be like a 20-year anniversary issue. But for now, we've only had to kind of resort to this fallback. But that's why this change is a good thing, because more often than not, we are probably not going to hit the usual amount of regions that would warrant a top grossing amount with the 7-stone multiplier, right? With these 4 regions times 7, that's 28 stones. That's not enough. So 50 stones is definitely a good change how we are now with how long we've been in the game, and now that we are in full synchro with JP. So these 4 regions hit top grossing, and this happened on the 14th to the 15th. I am recording and posting this video on the 16th, which means global still needs a couple more days. Sunday the 16th, probably not going to happen. 17th, Monday, it could happen. 18th, Tuesday, I think is probably the most likely spot. So between now and then, we should be getting the top grossing. If it doesn't happen at that point, it could be that crazy outlier that I was talking about where it like just takes longer. But that was for Android. In fact, let's check Android. First of all, let me see what are the numbers from the 15th to the 16th on the iOS side. So the upwards trajectory is quickly fades here. These 3 regions maintain number 1, and then we start to see a bit of a drop off. For Android, it takes a sinfully long amount of time. So if we go back here to the 13th until the 14th, and then we also change iPhone to iPad. Oh, Google. Oh, God. Okay. I might lose this right here, so I'm going to try. But if I lose it, well, it's this stupid website's fault. Google Play. Son of a... Why do you reset? Okay. Google Play, 13th to 14th, top grossing. Where'd you go? Where's Dokkan? Okay, whatever. Okay, it's here. So this is the 13th to the 14th. Let's go to the 14th to the 15th. Okay. No signs of life. Okay, and then if we go from the 15th to the 16th, I hope this is still Dokkan. Oh, it's starting to move up. We're seeing some number 1s over here on games in action. I think actually we hit number 1 on Android during part 1. Did we never get anything for that? I think we did. I think 1 region or 2 got number 1 on Android. Usually when that happens, something major drops in terms of thank you rewards, but I guess we didn't. Okay, so now February until today. Yeah, this day is not complete yet. Can we do 16th to the 16th? Does that work? That doesn't work. It has to be a full day. Yeah, so Android is moving upwards. Will we get something? I don't know. Considering how hype Gogeta is and how quickly we got top grossing, I'd say there's a good chance, but I wouldn't count on it. So TLDR, in summation, 50 Dragonstones coming up in 2 days. Just keep it at that. And oh, that's not it. It's this one. Look forward to 50 more Dragonstones, a bunch of orbs, a bunch of coins, a bunch of box space, and a bunch of good stuff. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the top grossing format change. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Does it bother you that global takes a little bit extra time, or does it not matter considering we still get the same rewards? Let me know if there's anything else that I missed in the comments down below. And also let me know, what is your stone count after you add 50 more stones to your box? Also be sure to subscribe for more content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.